Alright, so here goes nothing. It's been a couple years since I've done any sketches. Having a 2-year-old around the house has brought me to want to start drawing again. So my biggest passion whenever I was little was eventually one day being able to draw cars, design cars, and do all that good stuff. And then life came up. So I'll just be doing random sketches with pen because I don't have too many other utensils around the house. I gotta get this thing to work again. So most of my basic designs always started out with like a basic line. You have your baseline, then you have let's say your body or the wave where your lights are gonna come. Then your wheel wells if you want something that's gonna be very forward looking with like aerodynamics, a good front line. Let's say we go with front line lighting, a nice aggressive look in the front, longer front end for a larger engine. And then you put down your door, you have ground effects on it. Keep on going back to your door back here. So we want something that's low to the ground with good design, and then we finish it off with I don't know, like pretty cool lights and go back, and then we have a ground effects, maybe something here. I'm gonna modify this a little bit so it looks nicer, more than less square. Maybe turn out the lights up here, follow the line of the vehicle, and we have our rear window here. Maybe modify that a little bit in a second. Front windshield, rearview mirror, right in here, and then your rear wheel well, and ground effects. This is a fair design, not too loud, too maybe more classic look to it. And put a pillar down here, then your rear light, or modify that to make it all look like the rear view mirror or window. I'm gonna put some big tires in here. It's been a while since I've touched base on my drawings. It's not fully all proportionate or anything. I am doing this freehand with a few marks in here, so it's just going to be a quick draw. Put low profile tires, put shadowing, make it look like it's near to the ground. We modify the lights a little bit, do the stronger lines for the design. So something very basic, just to get the design coming out. It's not a professional drawing of any kind, so just something simple. Fill in the wells, maybe eventually put some big brakes on here with some big drums. Some 5-lug look cool. Brakes. Usually the rears are a lot smaller. That, and then shoot in or put in well, and then the bumper, a few fog lights or a grill down here, make it look like it's more sporty. With the lights and a little bit of shading. This goes down. A bit of shading for the look of the vehicle. Yeah, so pretty quick, small sketch. It's not the greatest, but for a 5-minute drawing, it's not bad. I'll go back to one of my favorite ones, which was the Lamborghini Embolado. It was never made into an actual vehicle, but it was a pretty cool concept they had for Lamborghini. It's been a while since I've drawn it, but want something along the lines of this, to where it was like the Countach, not the Countach, but the Diablo interface, but it had an additional kind of like they wanted to make it look kind of like the which one, the Enzo. Enzo had this big nose on it. Lamborghini wanted to do something nice and slimline with good lines on it, but a big scoop on it, or big cowl, I guess. Pretty cool lights. Something like this. I remember it's been a while since. If you have time, you can research it online. Embolado, I think, was the name of it. It looked like a rocket ship along those lines, and then it had some big wheels in the rear, and it was very slimline towards the front. Then it had the wheel wells, made it look like a big airplane. It just never actually brought it into production for some reason. I guess a lot of people had that thought that they were trying to copy the Enzo, so it was a big no-no. You know, like one supercar to look too much like the other supercar, so they just pulled the plug on that to not make it look too comparative. Then it had I think it was like a scoop here that was like air ventilation. And your mirror was on here. It was very boxy for a sports car concept, but it was pretty cool. It had like a big rear wheel on here, and then like very rounded off edge. And I wanted to put I think it was like a wing or spoiler on the bottom. I took this. It was a much larger tire in the rear with high profile tires with a big lip. So let's go with something like this, and kind of had a dodge for a little bit there. Put those on here. And then 1, 2, that wheel. Well, look nice and big and thick. It's not too proportionate. Kind of messed it up a little bit there. This doesn't go on there. And front wheels goes there. Let's profile on it. Actual wheel. Go back to here. Not as big as my profile as the rear ones, but still pretty cool. And here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the wheel there as well. So yeah, this is kind of messy in comparison to what the actual concept looked like, but trying to bring them back from memory, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a quick sketch. So yeah, it's kind of messy. Have more sketches out there that will look a lot better. So yeah, let's see. Let's bring out another sheet of paper where I can actually backside of this. Back in the day, had a Pontiac Fiero. For all of you who had experiences with those, basically it was the poor man's Ferrari. Poor man's Ferrari. So, a nice front end. It was a rear mount engine, so a mid mount engine it was called, because it didn't have, it had a, what was it? It had a mid mount engine because it was mounted in the back. So it was one of the few American made cars. It was Pontiac 1984, and had futuristic stylings for a car of that age. very tiny car. I'm a guy who's 6'2". I was 6 foot in high school, 6'1", 6'2", all throughout high school, junior high. There was a pretty little car. Mostly girls drove it whenever it came out. Like something like this. I just remember all the lines because I took that car apart more times than I can remember. It's my learning car. I learned how to change oil with that, learn how to change spark plugs, do maintenance on it, do everything you need to do. Maintain a car, which is a key element kids these days aren't getting. But it's a good skill to have, just in case you need to save money or time. Sometimes it's cheaper if you do it. For those of you that actually have the time. So along that line, then I had a 2-seater, so it was a much smaller cabin, and then it fell. It was a quarter panel. That was all fiberglass. So that was the big concept. The engine was rear mounted and had like a grill to put your luggage on the back, and then this wing that made it look like it was faster, but it was really not that fast unless you got a 3.6 V6. That was their top of the line back then. And the rear wheel, and then to forward, and after front wheel. There you go. I kind of messed this up a little bit, but it was also a kit car base as well. The MR2s in 2000 were also 2000 and to like 80s, 90s were the big kit cars that were being made. Like something like that with the sunroof. If you have the time to look at those as well, those were some pretty nice little cars. Nowadays there's the FRCs and all those cars are the go-to cars, so one day they'll be reviewed as not such great cars. So yeah, not bad. So that's just my quick recap of where I've been and what I've been missing out on. I'll do some more sketches from here on and try to post them as much as I can. All right, thank you. And if you can, subscribe. If you want me to sketch out any old car, let me know just to see if I can do it. It's been a while. So thank you.